Welcome back. Time now for a full look at weather with our chief meteorologist, Dan Zianka. Hey there, Dan. How's it looking?
It's looking good out there tonight, Austin. We do have some fog to tell you about. Here's a live look from Domenico's on the Wharf, looking off across the harbor. And you can see that visibility has dropped a little bit in Monterey tonight, and that's going to be possible anywhere around the bay this evening. Although at the moment, we don't have clouds in Santa Cruz just yet, maybe the west side. The east side's actually still clear at this hour, but here's a look at our satellite picture at the moment. Marine layer is about between 1,000 and 1,500 feet in depth at the moment. So it's not super deep, but it's also not super shallow either, but shallow enough that we do have some fog out there. Marina visibility at the airport down to 2 miles most recently. But as we take a look at the clouds again around the bay, they're slowly filling in. They still have a little bit of a gap there from about Santa Cruz to Aptos. But otherwise, clear skies inland, just kind of foggy and cloudy on the coast. Right now, temperatures upper 50s to low 60s on the coast, and notably a little bit warmer up in the hills tonight compared to last night. There weren't any 70s on the map at all this time last night if you were watching our shows, but now we do have some 70s up in the hills. So we're starting to see that warming aloft, which is what we've expected and will continue to occur throughout the rest of the week, really. Now, as we look at our forecast overnight, clouds will slowly fill in. Again, patchy fog will be possible as we head through the overnight. Temperatures are mostly going to stay in the mid-50s till tomorrow morning. The overall trend, again, is going to be for warmer weather overall, but on the coast, it doesn't always play out like that. Typically, when we warm up inland, that does put more pressure on pulling that cool, moist air mass over the ocean back inland to compensate for the rising air from the heating. So sometimes that keeps temperatures on the coast moderated, and I do expect that here over the next couple of days. In fact, it might actually be a degree or two cooler on the coast tomorrow as that really sets up. But we're going to continue to see the ridge building in across the west coast into the weekend. One interesting thing is that we do get a little bit of tropical moisture that sneaks into the state as we head into Friday. We're going to see that in the form of some high clouds. And definitely in the Sierra Nevada, there will be some thunderstorms. The question is, will we see any elevated thunderstorms in our neck of the woods? And right now, I don't know if we're going to see that or not. It's a possibility. The chances are still pretty low, but I can't say for certain we're not going to see anything. So we're going to have to keep watching it here over the next couple of days. With that moisture available, it's always possible. There are some other things we look for to make that happen, including some instability. It's not really showing up, but it also doesn't always show up on the longer term models right now. So we're going to keep an eye on that for you. The best chance of that would be on Friday. So other than that, looks pretty quiet here over the next several days, minus that warm up. So future track showing the clouds again filling back in overnight, pushing into the valleys. A patchy fog will certainly be possible as you wake up tomorrow morning, so watch out for that on your drive to work. And then as we head into the afternoon tomorrow, pretty similar cloud configuration to what we had today, mostly on the south side of the bay. It could mix out a little bit, so we get a little scattering, but I almost feel like we'll have a little bit more cloud cover tomorrow than we did today as the marine layer stabilizes a little bit with the ridge starting to push down on it. So with that, I did cool our temperatures down a little bit, especially on the south and east sides of the bay, but it's still going to be nice and warm in Santa Cruz. 78 for you, 75 in Capitola, and continuing to warm up in the mountains, 80s to even mid-90s up in Boulder Creek tomorrow. Definitely feeling some toastier temperatures there. On the east shore of the bay, we'll see highs in the 50s in Marina Castroville, but mid-70s, so in Aptos and Wattsville. Salinas, 71 tomorrow, mid-90s in Gilroy, upper 80s in Hollister. On over to the peninsula, pretty much where we were today, maybe even a touch cooler for most locations, mid to upper 60s expected, although that's still about where you should be this time of year in Monterey. And then down south, we'll see highs in the 70s and 80s for the lower elevation valleys, but looks like we'll poke into the triple digits for the first time in a few days in our higher valleys tomorrow. We still haven't made it there yet, but tomorrow I think we'll actually head there. So look at that 7-day forecast for coastal cities. Still just a touch cool on the coast Wednesday to Thursday. Temps will bump up Friday into the weekend with highs expected to be above normal. Again, we're watching Friday as that subtropical or regular tropical moisture, monsoonal moisture. It's tropical, it's monsoonal, whatever you want to call it, works its way through the area. And there'll be some ups and downs in temperatures out of the weekend as the ridge kind of fluctuates, but it'll be much more of an influence on us as it sits over the Great Basin. Inland areas, highs above normal throughout the next 7 days and, peaking almost 8 degrees above normal sometimes next week. So there's going to be some heat inland, but the next couple days will be just a little on the warmer side.
Definitely good to keep in mind. Thank you so much, Dan.